All right, it took them like 900 years to drop this data download. My God. Anyway, before we get into the breakdown, I actually just want to show this. There is extended maintenance here. They should have it in the news. Yeah. Maintenance will be conducted in the following functions beginning on the 23rd. These functions will be accessible during the maintenance period. So we have shop maintenance that's about to end in about 30 minutes. PvP maintenance ends at 6 p.m. Japan time, and they actually extended the summon maintenance. They said maintenance work that began is taking longer than expected, and hence maintenance will be extended. So summon maintenance, obviously there's going to be the guaranteed summon for Ultra Super Vegito dropping today. That will be up now at 6 p.m. Japan time instead of 3 p.m. So it's being extended by 3 hours past what it was initially planned to be for. I will be doing a video going over if you should summon or not on that banner. I am just going to go into that assuming you should summon, but I want to actually see what the banner looks like before I recommend that. So I will be making a video once the summon maintenance ends. This is going to be a very hectic day for me because we also have the Dokkan stream at an hour after all this stuff drops, and then we have the banners dropping, so it's going to be very hectic for me. All right, let's go over to the equipment stuff. Let's see what there's a spoiler for the team, by the way. We should have 3 new equips here, by the way. The first equip should be the PvP equip because PvP is resetting. The second equip should be co-op. Co-op is resetting. And then, of course, the platinum equipment for Vegito. This looks like this is the PvP equip. So this is Fusion Warrior. Okay, so we have 15% to base strike attack, 12% health, 15% to strike, and then 15% to pure strike if this is a tag Saiyan. Wow, that's a lot of strike. That's 30% to base strike, 15% to pure strike, and 12% health. Yeah, this is good. This is a powerful offensive equipment with some health too. Yeah, that's good. I mean, Saiyan Fusion Warrior. I mean, you just farm 3 of these, right? The only Fusion Warrior that is not really a Saiyan is Gotenks. I guess like Fusion Zamasu and Omega, but the big time Fusion Warriors are Saiyans, right? You have Fusion Zamasu is not a Saiyan, obviously. Omega's not a Saiyan. Gotenks is not a Saiyan. I guess like Super 17 is not a Saiyan, but those are kind of like side Fusion Warrior. Those are characters you're not really going to be using on Fusion Warriors regardless. But I guess yeah, that does matter too. But this is actually a pretty solid equip here. All right, this is the co-op equip, Saiyan, and notice it is Vegito versus Buhan. 10% health, 10% health restoration. Okay, we're starting off very strong here. Base strike defense 32%, and then slot 3 20% to pure blast defense when tagged Saiyan and Potara is a battle member. Okay, so this is a purely defensive equip. The reason why this is good is you can use this on Namek Goku. This is obviously it's purely defensive, right? You're not getting any offensive utility from this at all. But Namek Goku has very limited equipment options. You're gonna have to be running, you know, some kind of Vegito with Namek Goku, which makes sense because they're dropping the platinum for Super Vegito here. But Saiyan and Potara, so that is, yeah, that's literally just Vegito, right? It's Super Vegito, Base Vegito, and Vegito Blue is what this would be. Because I was thinking, like, what about like Supreme Kai? But yeah, he's not a Saiyan, so pretty specifically for Vegito here. But this is a pretty solid equip. Whenever you have health and health restoration on the same equipment like this, it's powerful. And then 20% to pure blast defense is very good. So I do think this is actually a pretty solid equip, but it is only for defensive purposes. And now I just want to quickly scan to make sure there's no other equips here besides the platinum equipment. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the platinum equipment here. Let me actually just quickly pull up the details for Vegito so I have a reference in my head for what the base is. It's been a while since I've busted out Vegito. I actually did use this character for the countdown to the anniversary because I always do like the sort of like main headlining characters going into the anniversary for each year. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's see. So this is obviously for Ultra Super Vegito. Slot 1, 30% health, 50% to base defenses. Slot 2, 180% damage, 130% damage guard. Okay. That's quite good. We will see if that is enough. I don't know. I can't say for sure whether or not that's enough or not. Even Namek Goku right now, who enters the battlefield after he's filled up his gauge, he enters if you have Krillin on the team, Namek Goku is entering the battlefield with like 250% damage guard, and he can get torn in half. So we'll see. This guy base does already have 50% reduced damage received, but clearly an equipment giving 130% damage guard is very good. On top of that, he's also getting all the base stats in slot 1. He's got a lot of HP coming in on this equipment as well. 180% damage inflicted is really good because he's got 110% damage inflicted just when the battle starts, and then when he enters the battlefield, he's getting 20% damage inflicted. So he's already going to be at 310% damage total off of this. And then don't forget the ultra abilities, so he's getting 30% more. So he's actually going to be at 340% damage, just like when he enters the battlefield the first time. And don't forget, this guy's got like the counter gauge. We'll see. That's a lot of damage. 180% damage inflicted. On battlefield entry, the following effects occur. Draw up to 2 cards of hand. Oh, wow. He's getting 2 cards. 15% health, 70 ki, and then 10 counts of type neutral defensively. So, like, Kaioken Goku is not going to be doing type advantage damage to this character. 70 ki is insane. The reason why 70 ki is so ridiculous right now is because the Frieza Saga team is crazy when it comes to key problems. Krillin increases your arts cost. Namek Goku lowers your ki and removes cards. Frieza lowers your ki and increases your cost. So ki is actually one of the bigger issues when fighting that Frieza Saga team. So this guy getting 70 ki on entry is very, very good. The only problem with this character, and maybe they'll address this in slot 3, is this guy really doesn't have good cover null conditions. The only cover null he gets is when he uses his unique gauge, the counter unique gauge. And I believe the cover null is... let me actually just take a look here. What is this? Okay. Yeah, 10 counts. 10 counts of cover null when he activates the counter. That's the only cover null this guy gets at all. Okay, unlocked at 7 stars. On cover change, the following effects occur. Enemy key minus 50. All enemy subcounts plus 3. Enemy subcounts plus 3 when this guy cover changes. The reason why that's good is because this guy has one of the only comboable cover changes. So this guy cover changes, and then he has a long range green card. This character can actually combo off of cover changing with his special cover change with the green card. So if you cover change against somebody's strike card and you have a green card in your hand with this character, you can extend your so you knock the enemy back and then you can chain it into the green, and then you could combo off of that green card. So if you increase the enemy subcount by 3 with this and use the green card off of a cover change, you potentially could rush, and this is another way that you can kind of avoid needing cover null, because that green card, for whatever reason, doesn't give this guy cover null. So the fact that they gave him this kind of acts as like pseudo cover null. When ally is hit by enemy arts, nullify special cover changes, 10 count, subcount minus 1. So that is a way he gets cover null now. When ally is hit by enemy arts, subcount minus 1. So this guy's going to be healing a lot, because he's getting, remember, 15% health when he enters the battlefield here. So he's constantly being able to switch in because he's just continuously getting subcount minus 1 off of this. He's healing here. This guy is, he's healing 10% HP whenever he gets hit by anything. Tap attacks, tap blasts, tackles, anything he gets hit by, he's healing. He's going to have equipment besides this that gives him health restoration and stuff like that, and HP. So he kind of does fit in with like Namek Goku. Namek Goku is healing the team whenever he fills up his gauge. Namek Goku is healing himself whenever he enters the battlefield. So this guy kind of fits the identity of that Saiyan team that exists right now with just the constant healing everywhere. Okay. We'll see. I mean, it looks pretty good. I don't think this is going to make this character competitive with like Namek Goku or Full Power Frieza. I don't think he's on that level. But we'll see if he's good enough to sort of like stay in with characters like Kaioken Goku, Saiyan Saga Vegeta, UI Goku. I think he should be in there somewhere, actually. He should be pretty good. The big question for me is going to be, how well does this guy actually tank with this 130% damage guard? Is 130% the right number for this character? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But he's getting monster stats from this. 30% health is a ton. 50% base stats, of course, helps. And don't forget, this guy has access to the ridiculous Buu Saga equip. So, yeah, we'll see how this guy looks here. But that does look kind of promising, actually. Healing every time he enters. 2 cards every time he enters. Type neutral defensively, so he's not getting torn up by Kaioken Goku. And then the cover null from... You know what's actually pretty good about the slot 4 here? Is this is obviously... Slot 4 is obviously very good. But I don't think you actually need this. Right? What they could have done here is similar to what they did with like Super Gogeta, for example. They just took this 180% inflicted damage and they could have just moved it into slot 4 and locked it behind needing 7 stars in this character. I'm really glad they did not do that. This slot 4, again, is good, but I don't think you need this for this guy to be good, right? He's getting all the stats from slot 2. He's getting all the stats from slot 1. He's getting the, honestly, the slot 3 effect to me looks better than the slot 4 effect for sure. I would actually say the slot 4 effect on this equip is probably the weakest. Again, it's not bad, but you don't need this guy at 7 stars for the slot 4 effect. He's probably good enough without it, but it's going to help him for sure. I think the sub count -1 every time an ally gets hit is really good. That is going to help with this guy a lot. But yeah, you don't need that one, so that's good. They didn't lock, you know, 130. What if they locked 130% damage guard behind slot 4? Like, that's good. That's good. Okay. He seems pretty good. I think he should be doing some decent damage. Don't forget he gets his Vanish back on his main ability. He goes type neutral with his ultimate, I believe, when you have a dead ally on the team, so that could be good. But we'll see. The question mark is going to be, does he tank well enough? I don't know. But he's going to be healing a lot, that's for sure. So... looks like that's what we're going to be getting here. Obviously, once the after party information goes up for the full celebration, we'll know what else we're going to be getting in terms of events and stuff like that. But those are the equips that we're getting, and that's pretty much the content for this week. I was hoping that they were going to do some kind of Zenkai Awakening this week, because there's definitely been a huge lack of Zenkais during the anniversary overall. But next week, I do expect there to be an LF character. And just based off of the fact that not only are we getting the Platinum for Super Vegito, but this PvP season giving us a Super Vegito themed equipment, and then also co-op giving us a Super Vegito versus Buuhan equipment, I am now leaning much more towards Buuhan potentially being the end of month LF character. So we'll see if that's going to be the case here. Let me know what you guys think of the Platinum equipment for Super Vegito. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one.